Right YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This episode it's all about the Lamborghinis. Got two different customers here. This customer's got a Lamborghini Miura. This is the sort of front bumper trim that sits that way round, just under the front headlights. But this has seen better days. I believe the customer wants to basically replicate the front end of a Miura and mount it on the wall as like a I don't know, kind of showpiece. So I've got to replicate this and make another one. And this piece over there is for a bit of a less glamorous Lamborghini. It's a Lamborghini Espada. And this is the it's like a glove box under tray sort of thing. So I believe, I'm not too sure myself, but this has been made out of fiberglass back in the day, and it's got a few issues with it. It's been sprayed as well with that sort of crackle paint, whatever you call it. You know, it's not very nice at all. So all this has got to be sanded back, as has this. And then we've got to mould a bit. So first thing to do first is to repair this. I'll quickly do that repair. Put a bit of glue, hot glue on there. Then just put a small bit of glass on the back just to give it just a bit of strength, so that when I'm rubbing it down I don't actually break it anymore. Then this needs to have it. I mean, it's got loads of imperfections on it. Big scores, lots of haze cracks. Brackets bent. I mean, I don't know how many times it's been sprayed, but it's got 3 different colours on it. Got like a cream, a green, and then a black. I don't know if that's like a primer, and the green was the original fiberglass, but no. So I'll try not to make this as long-winded as the last video. So I'll just I'll give a quick explanation before I'm doing it, and just a quick vid. So let's get to it. Not far off this one now, but just thought I'd show you this little bit here. Don't know if you can see, but there's a massive run in that. I think these cars are a couple $100 grand. I wouldn't be happy. Let's carry on with the wax on, wax off. Right, so this is about as good as it's going to get without going too crazy on it, because I don't want to go mad on this, because this is going to get fitted back to the original car. Ideally I'd be putting filler and all sorts on these little gaps just to get the perfect profile back, but I'm hoping that once I've made the mould from this, I'll be able to perfect the mould as opposed to doing anything to this part, because it's just too valuable for me to start messing about with. I mean, it's even to the point of trying to straighten out the mounting brackets. I mean, look at the shape of that. So I'm just leaving that well alone. So next job is just to get some small flanges on here. Just using plastic to go around the edges, and just give me something to lever the part out of the mould when it's done. But I have to try and get on that now with a glue gun and see if we can get some plastic attached. So let's keep going. Right, so it's all flanged up now. All I've got to do is use some beeswax just to smooth in where the flange joins the bumper part, just to make sure there's no resin I can pour in behind there. Then we can start moulding it. So let's get the beeswax out. Right, so we've got a gel coat, nice layer of gel coat over the whole surface now. So just put a little bit of reinforcement on now just to create the mould, and then we can let that cure and start separate it and making parts. So let's get the reinforcement on. All cured. Now it's ready for trimming. Let's get the grinder out. Right, that was a mission. Right, it's come out the mould fine. All I've got to do now is clean out the inside. I think you can see by the video I really struggled with that, mainly because I was trying to be as gentle as I could with that part, because I got a clue what that's worth. But what I had a little problem on the corner here, a little bit of resin seeped in through the blue filleting wax and created a mechanical lock. So I just had to use a Dremel with a composite bit on the end, just to you just see I just took it away just to allow the part to release. But no, so we've got a nice good mould now. So what I'm going to do is, where you've got a little bit of a rough surface on the inside, going to give that a really good wet and dry, get it nice and clean, then get some release agent on it, and then we can start making some parts from it. So let's keep going. Right, so I've just made some like little support legs now, just to keep it nice and steady. So next thing to do now is to apply some mould sealer, and then some mould cleaner, and then we can go on with the release agents. So let's get some solutions on it. Right, so that's a nice layer of gel coat. It's generously put down on the mould now. So we'll let that cure overnight, then we can come back tomorrow and start putting a bit of reinforcement in it. But yeah, it's getting there now. Right, so making slow progress, but managed to get one of the parts done. So this is for the Lamborghini Miura. This was the original that was given. Just trimmed this all up now, broke out the mould, obviously trimmed it up, give it a bit of a tidy up and put a nice little bit of primer on it, just to tidy it up for the customer. But as you can see, compared to what I was given, it's a lot better. So I've got rid of all the imperfections, all the rough bits, and now it can be installed into the new bumper that they're making. But no, really happy with the results with that. So I was going to wrap this up now, wrap that up and take the mould back to the customer, and that's one down, one to go. So let's keep going. Okay, so moving back onto the Lamborghini Espada part. So this has now gone off, so I just need to remove this, and that should leave us with a nice finish. Just pull this off. So there you can see the repair's gone fine. It's got a nice finish there, nice and solid. So it's got to get rid of the supports I did, which should come off quite easily, I think, with because I put the tape on it. So there's that repaired, nice and solid now. So what's left to do now is, where you got this silly texture that someone sprayed on, we're just going to get rid of that, sand it all back, then we'll infill these, and then be ready for moulding. So let's get sanding. Right, so I've sanded it back now as best I can. I mean, there's still a few little bits which you just can't get out of it. but I've just used a bit of filleting wax just to smooth out the really rough bits. Filled that in now, and I've just put it on this pedestal, and you just see me spray the release agent on it. So now we just put on a coating of the tooling gel coat, and then leave that to cure. So let's get some tooling gel coat on. Okay, so it's now fully cured. Just got to pull this all the plastic off that I've used for sealing it up. Then I'm going to get the air cutting tool out and just trim around the perimeter. Then we can then break this out the mould. So it's time to get the grinder out. Right, so that was a bit of a mission to break out the mould, but a lot of that silly paint that was sprayed on it is delaminated and went into this mould, so I've just removed as much as I can. I'm not going too crazy with it, it's only be a 1-part mould, but I've got rid of the as much as I can. Just going to put some mould sealer on it, then mould cleaner, then some release agent, then we can start gel coating and glassing it up. So that's the next job. Right, all done. So I've got the mould, that's going to get supplied to the customer. Got the old part, just put a little bit of black paint on both of these, and we've got the new part. It's turned out better than I expected, really. Nice consistent finish. I think looks even so much better than the original, but it's all ready for collection now from the customer, and hopefully they'll be happy with it. But it's yeah, not the most exciting of Lamborghini parts. I think the name's more exciting than the actual work I've done, but I hope this has been of interest to you. It's been done in an old school way, you know, with the wet lay method. But yeah, it's another job done. On to the next one and the next video, so I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.